Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? So we get quite the scene this week with seeing all of these familiar faces showing up. And funny enough, they're all showing up to pretty much help a person that uh, necessarily beat them, not easily. Not all of them easily, but it's someone that they've been defeated by, and to think that they're coming to aid him is pretty crazy. But not to mention the person that we meet this week of one of the alliances that's already been in contact with or been in battle with the right hand for quite a bit of time. And seeing her ability, I think overall was the most shocking out of, I mean not shocking, but seeing her like hold an attack from one of the guys, like how powerful he is, and just seemingly one attack from this man, and people are dropping to the floor, and somehow everybody is doing relatively well to not catch an attack. But before we get into all that, can we talk about the girl on the train, man? I feel so bad for Thomas sometimes. I feel like he's always just getting tested or something. Because, man, if anyone of the women that he knows finds out about that, that boy is getting hurt. And not to mention that she's not only doing this for, like, the country. She seemingly feels like she's doing it for herself. She's like, yeah, I'll get you on our side, and we'll have a much stronger asset to the British, the British side. But at the same time, the way she like comes off about it, seems like she would just want it herself. Like she would actually wouldn't mind it. So that I thought that was absolutely hilarious. But then on the flip side, we have two very like sad ongoing stories. One with the kids from a group or item or something like that, where she's been taking all of these uh excuse me. She's been taking all these crystals to pretty much amplify her power, or at least push her to a point that maybe she wouldn't be able to get to by herself. But overall it's taken a toll on her, or maybe even this might be like a withdrawal thing too as well, because she hasn't had it since she's like gotten out of the whole entire operation with a certain person making her like eager to use it anyway. I wouldn't say like forcibly making her do it, but she definitely was the reason why she would take it and probably feel good about it because she was being told it was good. But yeah, so that and the fact that we are just getting the overall understanding of the right hand and stuff like that. It's kind of weird that they're throwing so many characters in Moscow right now, because the other sad going story is Accelerator and the Last Order, and just he can never catch a break, man, and it sucks. But at the same time, that's just how his character is. He's not meant to catch a break. He doesn't want to break. I mean, sure, he does want to break so the girl Last Order could have a better time and be able to relax for a little bit. But at the end of the day, man, he's just cursed to be a, villain to the end in the eyes of the people in the world anyway. I feel like. So to know that we're probably going to see more and more of Accelerator just accelerating downhill, thanks to the new opener that was pretty fire this week. Seeing him on his knees and just crying out, it's pretty clear as day where this might just be going, and it's really sad to think that that could be a possibility. But it's very possible that that could happen. I mean, to be fair, Last Order is definitely the crutch to Accelerator, but at the same time, I believe she's one of the things that was helping him become so still be able to use his powers and stuff like that. So, not really sure what they're going to do if Last Order actually is taken out of the show, like she passes away for any reason, and if Accelerator gets his own spin-off, we might just be knowing what it could entail. It could either be before this all happens and the Last Order is still alive, or it can be after, and we see Accelerator going through the motions of or just trying to continue to do his job, but probably becoming more and more brutal or something. I don't know. Like, that's where Accelerator is in my mind right now. He's definitely on a flip of a coin when it comes down to having someone that actually mellows him out, in the sense of making him think that his life isn't all that bad. At least he has somebody there that needs him and stuff like that. But you take that person out and you got all the people that he's been saving and seemingly can't even see that it's a good deed. It's more of him just being there and them being lucky. So really interested in this character, the overall narrative of just where he can go and what they have planned for him overall. But that being said, he's also showing up. They're all showing up in this place. Like, he hasn't shown up necessarily to where what's his face, Toma, and all these people have shown up to fight the right hand, but seemingly he's put all of these plots together for all of them to meet up this way. So that's why it's a cool, like, meeting, you know, like, everybody's meeting up because this guy practically knew everybody's little buttons to push to get them to these situations. And I like that aspect of the overall narrative of a villain. Like, it, and to be cheesy or not, I don't know what it is, or just to be like, you know, to throw it out there, and this is like clearly someone I enjoy, but this is something that Aizen did in Bleach when it came down to some things he did in Bleach. You know, spoilers. But if you don't want spoilers, get out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Aizen in the very beginning was the reason why Ichigo did every single aspect of his life. Sure, I don't think the right hand went from, oh, this guy with the Imagine Breaker, well, he could have. He really could have. I'm going to make sure he meets Index, and if he doesn't protect Index all this time, she'll probably end up dying or, you know, having her memories erased, and will be in a different position. But if he finds out that he can break the memory loss aspect, will be in motion, and that could have been something he's done just by the way all of this stuff is coming out. Sure, Ichigo literally somehow was born into this world, and as soon as he walked out of his mom's house for the first time, Aizen's like, I'm going to run your life. So I don't think it's to that degree of manipulation or like controlling and having things go his way, but it has a hint of it, and I think that's why I always want to tell you guys, thank the old shows that came out and did so well, because those are the troves that people want to capture in their own shows, and I think that was a really good way of doing it. Everybody that's here, this God hand guy is not surprised. He's like, wow, lucky. You know, he's like, oh man, all these people showing up here for little old me. This is too kind. Like, he is ecstatic to see some of these people showing up. We're seeing people we haven't seen since the last time we seen them. You know, like the girl who never spoke and she was still working with the red-haired guy, or the very first, no, she was working with the girl with the katana, and she showed up in town looking for an angel or something, and yeah, like just a whole bunch of stuff from the old seasons are coming back. And that's another thing that scares me about stuff like this, is these are usually times when they start getting to the end of it all. Like, oh, we're bringing everybody, and everybody's here to help Toma, and Toma's still gonna fail in front of him, and then prevail it towards the end. But what if the show ends then? So I'm not a man who likes to go out and see spoilers, or even there's a show I've been watching and I didn't even want to know how many manga chapters there were, just so I could be surprised that the show was going to end at an abrupt ending or not. So that's the type of loyalist I am to the anime, because it makes it that much more powerful when I get to see it in the image of the anime. And then if it's, saturated and it's not, or saturated, I said faturated. If it's saturated and it's not as good as I wanted it or expected it to be, I read the manga and I see what could have been in the anime, and it also could make me appreciate some things that the anime touched up on that was missed in the manga for time reasons, or maybe he didn't know how to necessarily write and express it in the manga, so it wasn't necessary in that opinion or in that regard. So absolutely great episode. Toma coming in, grabbing a giant freaking cross that was capable of crushing multiple upon multiple buildings with zero to no effort. And it's pretty fast too, so we got to remember that with every attack has its own attack speed, and this thing is starting in the air and just falling down, so even gravity is on its side. Unless light doesn't get affected by gravity, and this was like a light attack or something like that. Sorry, I'm getting way too into that. But yeah, overall though, man, they're doing amazing stuff with this show, and I thought we would be looking at something more in the terms of like girls doing girly stuff in front of the guy, which we got a hint of it, but it's just so short, like it's not anything of what the show is actually represented to be, and I love it. I love seeing women throw themselves at our characters and sometimes do the opposite and take themselves away from the character. That's also hilarious to me and sometimes fun to watch. But when they do it in a way that is just for, the time's sake and comedy relief and stuff like that, it shows me that they still respect their show as an action, thrilling show that they're trying to tell us, and not just like, hey, we're all about that fan service, and we know that the fan service is really what the viewers want, so that's really cool. We have a show to watch, guys, and I think it's close to coming to an end. We're on like episode 18 now or something now. So we've been going through it. I've gone from start to finish on this review on this show, and I've enjoyed almost every ounce of it. So definitely recommend you guys check it out on your own time. There's a dub coming out too already of it, so if you're a dub fan, just let that dub build up and just binge watch the crap out of it. I will be here watching episode by episode, getting that daily content out for you. So I am the Anime G, and if you want more daily content from ya boy, and just want to see all the other animes I'm talking about, or add some animes you enjoy to my list, let me know, and we will talk about it in the comments down below. So with that all being said, guys, thank you so much for the support. Your boy is out of here. I still got to watch another anime, which I'm going to drop later tonight. So shout out to my boy Nick for letting me know about Date Alive even having another season coming out. So yeah, I will be dropping that later tonight. So if you do want to know when that drops, make sure you have the notification bell on, and you'll be instantly notified when that is out. So with that, check the details for the Twitch and Twitter if you want more information from me or content from me. Talk to you in the next one, everybody. All right. Peace.